Hello, everybody. Woof, woof. I am so excited that you are here with us today. Y'all, listen, y'all been waiting on it. I see y'all already in the comments bringing it down for the amazing Tabitha Brown. We are going to be talking all about the power of living an authentic life. And y'all know, for me, I love this topic. And so I think that our guest is the most perfect person to be having this conversation with. Y'all know what she say. We gonna get into it right after this. Tabitha Brown.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my
That's
God, I'm so
amazing.
excited to have this conversation. Welcome to the Dr. Kiki Ramsey Show.
Sorry, honey. You hear Blackie?
Black, look, listen, I ain't mad at Blackie. Blackie famous, honey. Blackie got all the things. He got salt and pepper shakers and mugs and all of that.
Honey, whenever the doorbell ring, honey, he have to let people know that he hear it and he want to know what's going on in the house. He do got the big head now that he got a little salt and pepper shaker and little coffee mugs and things at the Target. So, but thank you for having me. Good to see you, honey.
You too. You too. I am so excited about this conversation. Of course, we've been telling everybody about it. Honey, I was in Target last night because let me just tell you, these salt and vinegar cashews,
Very good.
very, very good. Okay. I was trying to, I knew I wasn't going to find no more, but I just wanted to just see if I could go find some. And of course, I think I'm gonna have to just try to order them online or something like that. But I was like, man, I'm meeting people in the Target. One person had the cutting board, and I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I see you got the cutting board." And they were like, "Yeah, my mama made me come to this Target because at her Target, the cutting board was sold out." So
Yes, it went so fast. Everything went fast, but
it did.
grateful. I'm grateful, but
I'm so happy for you. I
yeah,
am
thank
so
you.
happy for you. I mean, so of course, pretty much the world knows you, right? The world knows you, but how would you describe Tabitha Brown?
Oh, I would describe me as free,
Mm,
joyful.
I love it.
Uh, you know, just I'm a old spirit. I get that. I done had that pretty much my whole life, but and connected.
Yes, yes. You actually, I love that you said connected because connection is my word for 2023.
Oh, look at that. Come
Yes,
on.
that's my word. So I got my little vision board. I got all the pictures over here. And so I'm pasting them, making sure it's pasted this weekend, and I'm putting it right in front of my desk this weekend. But connection, because I feel like, in the pandemic, we've lost a lot of that connection that we've had with each other. And I know for myself, I've been sitting here. I made my office pretty. I see yours is pretty too back there, right?
I love
We got
it.
the bookshelves and stuff. But I need to get out. I can't be inside anymore this year. And so connection is the word. So
Listen, I love being amongst the people.
yeah,
It's my favorite thing to
I
do.
know. And so we met up at a couple of different events. So number one, we met up at a conference that you were speaking at.
Yeah, the
Um,
feeling fun.
Yes, Fearless Fun.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to them. They're doing some amazing things, especially in the Black community and helping diverse women get funding for their businesses, which is also important.
Yeah.
And then we met up at your book signing, Cooking from the Spirit.
Yeah.
Cooking from the Spirit. And then you got feeding the soul, honey. So I
Yeah.
am just happy about just, having this conversation. And then I wanted to start off by asking you, first of all, what is your superpower? What do you think your greatest strength is? I am a positive psychologist. And
Mhm.
so everything about a person's strength is something that I'm into, everything about happiness and really teaching people that we can create our own happiness versus waiting for it to show up and trying to find it in external things. But what is your greatest superpower?
Oh, honey. it's making people feel comfortable. That has,
Yes.
that has also been my whole life. I feel like my mama passed that down to me. She used to say, my mom used to always have this joke because she was a social worker, but she would always say, I must have my face on today. And when she said that, that meant that people were, no matter who, it could be strangers, people that, at work, whatever, they would just see her and just start talking about their life.
Yeah.
In the grocery store, in a department store, it didn't matter. People would just walk up to her and start and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And then just start telling them, telling her what was on their mind or what they were going through.
Mm.
So now people do that to me, but they've been doing that to me pretty much my whole life as well.
Yeah.
It started very young, with friends, telling me uh, just all different things. But I have a gift of making people feel comfortable enough to share,
Mhm.
uh, and to trust me, So that's definitely a superpower because to make people feel safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's we need that nowadays. I mean, of course, watching your videos and you'll come on and you be like, now I know you've been dealing with this. And
Mhm.
everybody be like, girl, by the time they finish listening to your video, they probably in tears. We cried. We, are meditating and praying and doing all the things because you literally do come on and you say exactly what we need to hear.
Mm.
And I think that is absolutely a gift. It's
Listen,
a
when
gift.
when God give it to me, I share it, right?
Mhm.
That's the thing about those videos, it's never planned. It's always in the
Mhm.
moment, whatever he puts in my heart, after morning prayer or afternoon or when I'm in the gym, and that's when I be talking to him. I'm
Mhm.
one of those people, I rarely work out with music. I used to work out with music all the time, but more recently I work out in silence, and that's just
Mhm.
kinda like the time that me and him be talking, and he'll give me a word, and I'll be like, "Okay, Lord, let me go on here and tell the people."
I
Uh, but those are all real moments. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, and I gotta give a word, and so, I'm always hoping it just reaches the one person that needs it. I
Yeah.
never think about how many people, I just think about one.
Yeah.
And so, I'm grateful for that.
Mm. You know what? That really does to me speak to authenticity,
Mm,
right? Like I think a lot of times, like I've been in this world and social media and doing this for quite a long time. And I know for myself, I'm just speaking personally. I used to look at what everybody else is doing and trying to figure out how they do it and let me try to figure out how to do it right and everything like that. And it wasn't until one day I realized I'm like, child, can't nobody listen. I can't be nobody else. I can't, wake up and be anybody else. And the truth be told, Tabitha, the world wants you. And the fact that you hear it from your spirit and you just, flip over the video, I think that that's so important. And that's even a word for myself because a lot of times we trying to curate all this content, but you are amazing at being yourself.
yeah, that's the best place to be in, right? Because that's real freedom.
Mhm.
I wasn't that for a long time. I know how to do the other thing. I know how to pretend to be somebody else.
Let's talk about that though, because I think that people get it twisted, right? They think that, oh my God, they look at Tabitha Brown, the New York Times bestselling author. They look at, the two-time Emmy nominated actress for Tab Time. They look at all the millions of followers that you have on all of the social media platforms, and they'd be like, man, she knows who she is and she ain't got no challenges in her life. But I know for a fact that that's not true because you spoke about it in the beginning
Mhm.
before. And I want to know what are those challenges that you face? Because I just think that people need to understand that you don't just get here just one day, wake up and not have challenges.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we human, right? So we're gonna definitely go through, into, who much is given, much is required. So, but for me, just in a matter of just being who I am and getting to this place, I had to release and take off layers of the old me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
who I had created.
Yeah.
As a trained actress, as somebody who also worked in corporate America, I'm from North Carolina and a very small town, Eden, Stoneville.
Yeah.
So, I grew up country, and I was told at a very young age when I first started working that my accent was country, that it was, ignorant.
Mm,
Um, but I also learned to code switch very early, watching my mama talk to bill collectors or how she talked at the doctor's office or, at the bank, and observing that and realizing, oh, wait, we got to cover who we are in order to survive or be
mhm.
accepted. And
Yeah.
so I learned that at an early age. Uh, and I took that and ran with it.
Mm,
I got to LA, going into casting workshops and auditions and training. Again, agents told me the same thing. You need to cover that accent,
mm,
your skin tone. You need to wear your hair straight. Size, you need to keep a certain size. And I believed it,
mm, mm.
and I created this person. I
Wow.
created this version of Tabitha that I thought would make it in Hollywood. And she had a lot of small victories, but I created this character, or this person so deeply that I lost myself. You
Mm,
A part of me, I started to believe that was me too. You know, I remember me and my husband was just talking about this the other day, so much so that when we would go back home, to North Carolina to see family and stuff like that, I would still try to be that person,
mm,
try to cover my accent. You can only do it so much. I can't never do it with my daddy, but I would always try to keep, like a certain air about myself to make them feel like I've accomplished something,
right.
or that I, not necessarily that I was better, but like, look what I've done. But I realize now that was so disrespectful, because I can accomplish something as I have now, just being me. And I represent my mom and my dad and my aunts, my uncles, my sisters, my grandparents, who all sound like me, who look like me. And I ain't have to change. I was
Yeah.
enough all along. But it was a long journey to getting back to me and self-acceptance and
Mm,
understanding of self. But I had to get to a dark place before I realized that, girl, this ain't it.
okay.
You know,
Oh,
Um, and when I got sick, and I was sick for, a year and a half, and just
mhm,
dealing with that and dealing with depression and anxiety and just trying to figure out, God, what do you want me to do? Like, what is wrong with me? What is happening? Or am I gonna die? You
mhm.
you brought me this far to leave me here. And that's when I realized that, I had to truly give my life to him and be who he created me to be.
Wow.
That was back in 2017. And honey, I've been on the freedom walk of being just Tab, who God created, ever since. And that's how success came, just being myself.
Ooh, amen to that. Amen to that. You said so many good, just nuggets, like even just sharing your story. I think that when you've been in the journey for so long, right? I think there needs to be a shift if you're going to go to the next level. And it sounds like your shift was, that day you were like, you know what, Lord, if you heal me, because that's the story. If you heal me, you can have me, right?
Yes.
What, we, I feel like we go through so many things and we just keep going through. I feel like there are some people who just keep going through. We
Hmm.
never get to the place of surrender.
Hmm.
How do we usher in that place of just surrendering to just then be, especially when we are so scared? Because I'll tell you what, it's scary.
Hmm.
It's
That's
scary
my.
out there. It's not easy. It's scary. And showing up who you are, not knowing the ultimate plan for what that then looks like, really takes a lot of faith. But to me, faith in God. But everybody ain't there yet. So
Yeah.
how did you even get to the place where you're like, all right, well, shoot, I'm good.
Well, when you get to that place where you give yourself to him, right? For me, that's complete freedom.
Mm,
So I can't worry about the world no more. That ain't my concern anymore.
mm,
Pleasing others is not my concern anymore. Right? Being what somebody else want me to be ain't my concern anymore. My concern is only to live the life he wants me to live, right? And do what he asks of me, to
yeah,
try to be purpose driven only.
Yeah.
right? My intention is to love people and
Right.
to do good by people, but my intention ain't to please people,
Mm,
right? And I think once we get out of that comfort zone of pleasing,
yes.
because some people find comfort in misery, right? 'Cause misery
Yeah.
loves company too, right? So that's why people keep going through, because when you step outside of that comfort, you got to face the real thing, and that's what scares people.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, so for me, I just don't have fear anymore. He removed that from me.
Oh.
I just I truly expect the unexpected, and I trust him so wholeheartedly with my life.
Mm, mm, mm.
So there is no fear anymore for me. I don't care about what nobody offers. I just be like, if I want to do it, if God says it's right, I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
It don't matter about no money for me. I know God gonna bless me. I don't chase money. I don't do anything for a dollar. It does not matter. God gonna take care of me. He has blessed me. I turn stuff down all the time. No is my superpower. I be like, oh no, honey, that sounds,
Hey,
but I ain't gonna be able to do that.
it's
Thank
a
you.
whole sentence.
A whole complete sentence. And even if I agree to do something and it start not feeling right in my spirit, I also say I changed my mind.
Mm,
And it's all right. But
you
that's
look, the chat is blowing up because they like, listen, you are speaking a whole word up in here. Because I think that it really takes that fearlessness to really move forward in life and just understanding. Nicole said, yes, no is a great superpower. And then Melissa says, no is my superpower. So,
I had to mute because Blackie is barking, honey. That's why I muted.
Blackie, listen, we on the Dr. Kiki Ramsey show. Come on now. Blackie can come over here and play with Abby. Abby downstairs sitting on the couch. Abby is old, but she is mighty. Okay. So,
I love it, and I love the comments. Y'all look very good. Yeah.
very good. Yeah. Iris says, speaking truth. Dee said it takes fearlessness to move forward. Thank y'all all for being here live with us.
Yeah.
We're so excited about this conversation. Um, so you you've done so, God, the Lord has blessed you with
Yes.
so many different things. And first of all, I love the fact that you give all honor, right? Like, because to what else can you do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but you have the books I showed you, the cashews. I got the garlic popcorn.
Girl, that's my favorite. I love the pickle, but that garlic parmesan, I eat a whole bag in one set. It's like crack. I be like, Lord, get it away from me, Jesus.
Look, hold up though. I had to I had to save some for the show so I can show it. But
Yes, ma'am.
otherwise, it would have been gone. It would
Yes.
have been gone. So that and them salt and vinegar cashews are my favorite. But you got the clothing line, right? You got tab time. It's so funny. My daughter Mackenzie, she's 5 and she loves you, and she'll see me scrolling on Instagram. She's like, Mama, that's tab time. Mama, that's tab time.
Oh, I love that.
I was like, yeah, that's Auntie Tab, right? And so you've been, so blessed for God to just put you in this place of true to me, true influence and true authenticity, right? You said something in a panel that resonated with me so much. And I really do want you to touch on that for us today. You said something to the tune of somebody asked you, well, how does it feel to be, right here now with all of this success in your life and to be taking it all in? And I think you said something like, I mean, this is where I was always supposed to be at, so I'm good. But I just want you to speak to that, because I think that to me is super profound.
Yeah, I remember what you talk about. I mean, I said it feels like home,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because for a long time was pursuing acting only, right? Just
Mhm.
acting, a little bit of producing, but mostly I was just pursuing acting. And I would always tell my husband, like, what it didn't matter what role it was, how big, how small. I always thought this was gonna be the role that blew me up. And I would come home and I'd be overly excited, honey. Just, oh my God, you couldn't tell me that I won't about to blow up, honey. And I would just be full of this big energy. And when all this success started happening over the last 5 years, about a year or two ago, my husband came to me. He was like, "Now, babe, you now all these years when you was doing your acting, you would be all over the place, like, oh my God, yes, this is gonna, this gonna be it, this gonna do it." He said, now, stuff is really happening and you making money that you didn't used to make, and you're very calm.
Mm.
And he was like, I'm confused. I was like, well, when I was doing all that, big energy, celebrating, like, this is it, this is it. My spirit was not in alignment
Mm.
with my flesh, right? So that's why I was like all over the place. But now I'm in alignment. So now I'm at home. So I'm present.
Mm.
When you're doing all this, you're not present. You're
Yeah.
just excited.
Yeah.
But now I feel like, oh, it feels so normal to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so grateful. And every day I still wake up and I'm amazed at God. I'm like, this is really my life.
Mm.
It feels so normal. I can't explain it. It feels like my spirit was like, girl, finally, you finally made it to where we was trying. Tab's flesh was like, ooh, I'm about to blow up. And my spirit was like, girl, no, you still got to keep going. That ain't it.
Woo!
That's what all that was about. Now my spirit be like, ooh, girl, I'm so glad that we can finally calm down and be on one accord.
Oh, we.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because I know that there are people out there who are like that. I've even been like that in my life. Like, child, listen, it's about to be on and popping. Oh,
Yeah.
we're about to
Yeah.
do this thing, right? And then you be like, oh, I thought that was it. But
Yeah.
that wasn't what the Lord.
And then we get extra disappointed.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So there has been no disappointment in this part of my journey.
Mm. Mm.
Like, I literally am like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, Lord. Like, oh, all right. Like, I expect the unexpected. I have
Mm.
submitted to the process and I'm enjoying the journey. So there's no expectation of anything particular. I just expect the unexpected. And I don't want to put God in a box. He said it's more than I can imagine. So
Mm.
I just imagine greatness. And whatever he gives me is the bonus. And I'm
Woo!
for that. And I do my part. I work hard every day. I'm
Mhm.
obedient to what he tells me to do. I'm consistent. Everything else that comes, honey, is because he said I could have it. So I just expect that.
Woo! Y'all hear the word? Y'all hear the word? Y'all hear the chat? Valina said, "No disappointment in that part of my journey." Right?
Yes, very
I
good.
think that's a beautiful place to be. I mean, I don't know how many people live in there, to be honest with you. Right? Like, what do you say? So what do you say to people who have a dream and haven't just realized that dream yet? Because we all, out here dreaming
Mhm.
and everything. Yes, Tisha, you can rewatch this. It's gonna be on all the social media platforms when we finish. um, um, we have these dreams out here, right? But sometimes our dreams don't necessarily come true. Sometimes, I know the Lord He's so good, and He loves to give you the desires of your heart, but sometimes it don't always happen. What do
Mhm.
you say to that person who is like, I have these goals, I have these dreams, and when they don't happen, I'm disappointed? What do you say?
I think that we have to get to a place of understanding, right? That sometimes if it's not happening, that means it's not for us
Mm,
or it's not for right now. Doesn't mean it ain't ever gonna happen,
yeah.
right? I think if he puts things inside of us that bother us,
Mm,
right? When I say bother us, I mean you can't shake it.
yeah.
That's a real thing that's gonna come to pass.
Yeah.
Like for me, for years, I would just have this feeling. I would tell my husband all the time, I can't explain it, but I feel like something big is coming. And I would tell,
Mm,
I was like, I know it's gonna happen. I can feel it. And I constantly would think about being this big entertainer. I was like, I see it. He's shown me in my dreams. Like it bothers me. You stay consistent on working towards that.
Right.
But if your dream is because you're comparing or you see what somebody else is doing and you just want to do that,
Mm.
that's your dream.
Oh,
You gotta know the difference between seeing somebody else's success and knowing what your dream is, right? A lot of times we'll say, I want that. Like I tell people all the time, especially when I am, talking to younger women who say, I
mm.
think I want to be just like you. I want my career to be like you. I'm like, you know how long it took me to get here, right?
Baby.
Over 20 years,
Right.
right? You also know that I had a year and a half where I thought I was going to die.
Mm.
You want my life? I Most people couldn't make it an hour in my life, right? So you got to be careful what you ask God for. You got to be careful what you are trying to duplicate,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Your life is enough.
Yes.
Your journey got to be different, right?
Yeah.
You got to set your own stage, but make sure it's your dream.
Right. I
It's
love
your
that.
true dream that He placed inside of you. It will come to pass.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just make sure it's something that's real, that you can truly feel, and that you can work on every day.
Yep.
There's at least one thing you can do every day towards your dream.
Hmm.
Your dream.
And then was that for you the videos that the Lord told you to start making in the beginning?
For what do you mean?
The
Was it?
videos, he said start making videos and you didn't even know how to start making videos on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, when he gave me that word, I didn't want to do it.
Mm,
I was like, Lord, I'm a trained actress. I'm an actress. I don't want to do no videos. Like when I was always told, if you did videos on social media, especially over 5 years ago, that Hollywood frowned upon you.
mm,
You didn't get no work as an actress,
yeah.
and I was trying to act, and I was like, well, Lord, I don't want to do that. But He was like, but you remember you said I could have you. You said if I heal you, I can have you. So that meant I had to be obedient.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, but what am I do videos about? So when I first started, because I used to do stand up,
Oh,
I would still not be well. So I'd be either on my bed or on my couch. I would just be telling stories that I would, still tell, on stage. And I still was scared to give the complete true tab. I was still
mm,
nervous. And as the weeks went on, I did a lot of different things. I shaved off all my hair. I
mm,
went on a vegan journey.
right.
And when I did that 30-day vegan challenge and decided after the 30 days, oh, this is going to be my life, I ain't going back. That's when He whispered in my ear and said, now tell people what you're eating in your videos. And I was like, oh, Lord, I don't want to. I just shaved off all my hair. You want me to tell people that I'm really going vegan? Like it won't just a little 30-day challenge. Like this is going to be my life. I don't know if I can do that, Lord. He was like, tell them people what you eating and tell them this is what it is. And I was like, all right. So I did it every day and I was very consistent. And even though I didn't know why I was doing it or what I was doing, I did it because He told me to. And it changed my whole life.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
There's something about listening to the voice of God and actually committing to do what He says, right? Like I think this is so very important. But I love that even though He said it in the beginning, you still were like, I don't know if I'm gonna bring all
Mhm.
of me to the table, and then you over a process you got comfortable with just continuing to walk in your own skin. And I think that that's so important for all of us to know, is that everything don't have to be planned out, everything don't have to be perfect. I call it analysis paralysis, right? A lot of us get so analyzing all of these things that we never start to do.
Mhm.
It has to be perfect to do. I mean, we got this thing called the phone, right? You
Yeah,
flip that thing open and just go. And it don't got to be polished and edited and all that kind of stuff. Like, I
that's right.
think that we think that anything in our life has to be so polished that we package it that way, that that's what the world wants. But what the world really wants is you. And you are a shining example of just how beautiful your spirit is and how the world has really embraced it. And I think that we need more and more and more of that from just all people, because we all, at the end of the day, matter.
This is true. The world wants real,
Hmm.
because that's what we all are. We're not polished.
No,
It takes time for us to get polished. We
girl, you know,
we wake up like we look like I
right.
have not no makeup on, because what time is it over here? It's 9:30.
9 a.m. for you.
And so I was up all night. I had to get up. I got to do a little workout session after this, and then I got to go straight into another to the studio to do another thing. I got to get myself to a place where I'm looking polished,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But even then, I'm still just there. But I think the thing is, it's relatability. I do, my videos some days. I just woke up. Some days Donna wrapped up. Some days Donna looking like who did it and what for.
Donna had some twists the other day, girl.
It's like, I don't care. I look like you. We are the same. Honey, some days we don't feel like being polished.
Yep.
Some day, and it used to always there was a era, and it still is kind of going away a little bit, but there was this moment where everything had to be about slaying. Like, ooh, girl,
Mhm.
you slayed. I
Yep.
love a good slay. But nobody was smiling in their pictures. So everyone looked sad.
Right.
Everyone looked sad. And so I was like, I want joy when I look at pictures, and I
Mhm.
want people to start wanting to be joyful and happy.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so and that's relatability too. Like, people need a smile to transfer.
That's right.
It transfers energy.
Yeah.
And if all the pictures is this, what energies we transferring? If this is it, people be like, girl, why in the world are you smiling? You can't help but to smile too.
Right.
Energy.
Right.
So that's what people want.
They
People
do.
desire to feel seen,
Hmm.
heard.
Yep.
And if you show up in a way that they feel seen too, and they
Yep.
feel heard too, honey, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Stay relatable, stay
Yeah.
authentic, stay true, and be honest.
Mm.
Every day ain't great. Some days are amazing. Honey, some days we tired.
That
You know,
part.
so sometimes we're sad.
Yeah.
Things happen. It don't have to be perfect. Nothing is perfect.
Yeah.
And if we can lean away from perfection and lean into truth, honesty, and relatability, that's your success right there.
And I think that's the word. I think that's the word. um,
Yes.
because I think, as they say, misery loves company. I think positivity loves it too. Right?
Yes,
Right. So if
absolutely.
you can be that beacon of light out there for the world, then that's what it needs to be.
Yes,
Oh, great.
absolutely.
Oh my God. So thank you so much. Oh my God, for joining us today on the Dr. Kiki Ramsey Show. I'm just so excited. I created this space for just that, the positivity, right? To really
Yes,
show people that we can operate from a strength-based perspective in this world. We can show up happy, we can show up real, we can show up sad sometimes, and it's all good. It's all
yes,
okay, right? Um,
absolutely.
exactly. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
To the people, I don't know, a little taste of what to expect next. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we can get some tab secrets. Some tab.
What is happening? Well, I have a journal that's coming out in March, I think, that will accompany the first book, Feeding the Soul. So it's
Okay.
the journal is Seen, Loved, and Heard. So it's a workbook journal that you can kind of go on your own freedom walk. And I'm in pre-production now for season 3 of Tab Time, my children's show. I'm super excited
Yes.
about that. Still working with Target. I have another drop that will come soon. Just about to start back touring and traveling the country and hoping to go overseas this year and do some touring there as well, and just continuing to do God's work and what He has called me to do. So that's it. I'm hoping this year to actually get back more into acting.
Okay.
I know I did, The Shy and
Yes.
recurred on there. So I'm hoping that this year my schedule allows me to kind of do maybe a couple movies or a couple shows and do some things like that as well.
We definitely were ready to see you on that cinematic on that cinematic screen and everything. So I just want to, like I said, thank you. I wish you all the best. You have so many people who love and are rooting for your success, because I think that people can, I think the message is, man, Tabitha's so real. She's so authentic. God is blessing her. I know that it might not look like that, but God is blessing, period. And if she can do it, so can I. Continue to believe that there's something great, to happen in my life. So thank you for sharing that message and that word with us.
Absolutely, honey. If he did it for me, he'll do it for you. So I'm no better than anybody else. We all the same. So
Yes,
I
awesome.
love y'all. I appreciate y'all, honey. They calling me, so I gotta jump.
Absolutely.
See you soon, honey.
All
God
right. Thank y'all. Take care, everybody.
bless.